All right, gamers. I am Marcus Blake with That Nerd Show. I'm the editor and producer and also editor and producer of the Inside the Gaming Lounge podcast. Okay, so here's what we got going on as we're live streaming on YouTube right now. I am going to do something completely different when it comes to gameplay. I am going to tell you the oral story of two UFC fighters that I have created. I'm going to basically tell their backstory as I play their characters in the career mode in UFC 3. Alright? It's not just about creating a character and taking it to their top. It's also about talking about who these characters are. And, to make it a little bit different, I have two characters that are brother and sister. Jenny and Jenny Murphy. Okay? And I'm going to be playing with both of them periodically in this series. So, to get started, as we load the career mode, we're actually going to start with Jenny Murphy tonight. They're both going to get, both of these characters are starting with their first fight, starting at the bottom in cage matches before they ever get ranked. Now, their father, they're both, let's start with this. Both of these fighters were born in Dublin, Ireland. Jenny Murphy is 25 and Jenny is 23. Jenny is also in the same weight division as Ronda Rousey, so she's a bantamweight. Their father was an IRA member who did serve a little time in prison during the Troubles. They were both born just slightly before the Easter peace agreement in 1998, or 97, excuse me. So their father was a boxer, and as mixed martial arts started becoming more popular, they basically hung out at a community center that taught boxing and then eventually mixed martial arts. It was their way of, their mother wanted them to go because it was a way to keep them out of trouble. Anyway, they were both scrappers, always getting into fights. Jenny, very stubborn and outspoken like her mother, curses like a sailor. And she was getting in trouble at school, beating up boys. That's kind of her background. And that's when her mother decided that, like Jimmy, who was learning how to box just like his dad, she should learn. And then, of course, in the early 2000s, mixed martial arts started to become popular, and they learned that as well. So anyway, I am starting their careers off, both are about to get their first professional fights outside of fighting in the community center, and we're going to start with Jenny tonight. So here we go. We're going to see how she does. Now, I've played the career mode a couple of times in UFC before. I'm a huge boxing fan, so I do it all the time in Fight Night Round 4 or Fight Night Legacy. But I have never created a female character before in UFC, so this is going to be very, very interesting. And I literally just created Jenny Murphy today. Okay. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, finally. there we go. That was a quick fight. Okay. Now, both fighters were trained in a similar fashion. They're both ground and pound fighters. So, there we go. Jenny Murphy has won her first fight. That's right. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do another fight with Jenny Murphy. Why not? We'll get a first round knockout. I say, you know, let's do it again. Let's see if I can win with this character again. This time I'm going to see if I can get a few kicks in. All right, give me just a moment, everybody. I am disappearing. I'm just going to test how everything is looking on the computer for this live stream, and then we're going to go. We may do one character with one fight with Jimmy, depending on how quickly this one goes. Or we may just stick with her tonight. I have not quite decided. Actually, we should probably switch on and off. One night I'll do Jimmy, and one night I'll do Jenny. So, give me one moment. Okay. So another part of Jenny's backstory, she is kind of a legend in her neighborhood. When she was 14, had an older boyfriend who tried to take advantage of her, and she broke his jaw. She was already starting to learn some MMA and everything, and he got a little too frisky with her, and she basically bloodied his nose and then broke his jaw in front of everybody after school. Nobody wanted to date her after that. Oh, and by the way, there's a cat in the video. So, cat, you can't be in this video. All right. Let's do one quick shot. Here we go. Here's a cat. Here's a cat. Okay, shoot. I promise I'm not trying to make cat videos. All right. Now, we'll purchase. I don't think we need to spar or anything yet. We'll do a little training later. Okay, cat, be quiet. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how they do all the promotion. Okay. Like, you got to promote the fight, you'll lose points. I find that very interesting with UFC. Anyway, what also added to Jenny Murphy's legend is not only did she beat up a former boyfriend for trying to be, getting a little frisky with her. I'll stop it right now and just tell the story, and then we'll jump back into the fight. She also beat up another guy a couple years later when she found out he was cheating on her with someone else, and she just went up and blindsided and punched his lights out in front of people. So that's she got the nickname Hurricane after that because, well, as one person said, she came out of nowhere and just beat the shit out of this guy. So that's also when her parents decided that it was okay for her to do mixed martial arts if she was going to be fighting. She might as well make some money doing it, even if it wasn't popular for women. So, all right. Let's do this. Oh, well, that didn't take long. Okay, well, that fight apparently didn't take long. Alright, we're going to do one more fight with Jenny Murphy. That's right. I freely admit that I like this gal. A little fierce redhead. And she beat up a little Russian girl. How about that? Alright. I don't know, the last time I went through the career mode, I didn't really get past the first round too many times. I mean, it never went to the second or the third round. Maybe one time it did with a fighter with Jenny Murphy. The first time I actually went to like the third or fourth round, because I'll admit, I'm not very good at trying to get somebody down with a submission, so I'm going to knock them out. But I had already had like 12 fights maybe before I ever went to the third or fourth round, before I finally won it. All right, we've got Natalie Hutchison. She looks like a crazy bitch. Oh, no, we don't want that. We want to accept the fight. All right. I'm not going to necessarily try to win the fight in the first 30 seconds. All right, we're going to talk a little shit on social media. Let's do it. We don't really need to do that. Jenny Murphy's a scrapper. She doesn't need much training. Alright, so just so you know, I always fight on the pro level. I do not do easy, but I also don't do super hard or advanced. That's just ridiculous. Because trying to transition out of submissions is almost about near impossible. So.
Hey, I'm UFC President Dana White. And we're always looking for up-and-coming talent to sign. Back in the day, I used to scout the world looking for new talent. But I haven't done that in years. I'm looking for the next Ronda Rousey, the next Robbie Lawler, the next Conor McGregor. I'm looking for future champions. And I'm willing to go to any show, anywhere in the world to find them.
Okay. Thank you for that little promotion by Dana White.
Oh, this is
right.
Nice. This will be a smoke show.
Well, I wasn't trying to, but I kicked her, and that's what happened. All right, we'll do one more fight. We'll end it on 4 fights on this video. I swear I'm not on the easy level. But look at that. It's not my fault that she didn't put her hands up. What can I say? Jenny Murphy's a scrapper. We'll come back in a couple of days and start Jimmy's career. All right, one more fight. It's like my own version of $1 Million Baby. Just keep knocking them out in the first round. By the way, if you have not seen it,
a lot of talent and a lot of potential. We're gonna do this. We're gonna give her a shot in the UFC.
oh, after 3 fights, I get my shot? Yes! All right, let's do it. So if you have not seen the movie Warrior with Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton, you need to see it. It is the Rocky of the UFC. Great movie, fantastic. I admit I cry at the end of it. But the reason I'm okay, I went through the cages. Now I'm a rookie. We'll get to rookie. All right, we're gonna do one more fight before we call this off. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about this movie, I would love to see a female UFC movie. I think that would be awesome. I think as popular as Ronda Rousey became, or Gina Carano, and I love Gina Carano. I'm telling you right now, Gina Carano could do no wrong. And if you just see a movie called Haywire with her in it, awesome. And she's like Baby Yoda in the Mandalorian series. You better not kill Gina Carano. You kill either one of those characters, I'm done. I'm rioting against Disney. But anyway, the reason I'm bringing all this up is we do like to talk about pop culture on our shows. And while I'm live, and maybe you'll go back and watch this video, I just wanted to point out, Warrior is a great movie, but we need a female UFC movie. We need to see. I think there's a lot of talented women out there, and in fact, I think Gina Carano can play that. If Sylvester Stallone, kind of a former amateur boxer, does a Rocky movie or whatever, then I think Gina Carano can do a UFC movie like Warrior. So I'm throwing that out there. All right. And in case anybody's wondering, my nerd shirt of the day, Goonies Forever. That's right. Haven't really needed a training camp up to this point. Okay. I guess I have a rivalry with Natalie Hutchison, who I just beat the shit out of. Bring it on! I do love the rivalry aspect of this. They pick a fighter that you have a rivalry with. You talk shit and stuff. It's kind of awesome. Yeah, we'll go with the lighter colors. All right. And of course, we got UFC Minute.
And this is your UFC Minute. The UFC returns this weekend with a fresh face who is destined to make headlines. When UFC President Dana White went looking for a fight, he was hoping that he would end up with a future UFC star. And those are the expectations after he signed a regional champion who has dominated the local women's bantamweight circuit en route to her Octagon debut this weekend.
All right.
All right, coming up next.
Here it is. First professional fight. We went through the ranks. Here we are. All right, let's see who I'm fighting. Let's see the numbers.
Well, for my money, Joe Rogan, this woman right here is the most accomplished submission specialist to come to the Octagon in years. And I think for a lot of the opponents she'll draw, they're just not on this level. Even if they're drilling submission defense for an 8-week training camp, you can't simulate her training. And she doesn't discriminate, too. A lot of different chokes in her arsenal. Excited to see. All right, almost ready to go with this one.
Looks like I'm going to actually have to knock her out.
So these fighters relatively close in age, just...
You ready? You ready? Let's
We are underway.
Okay. Well, I guess we're not going to have to worry about a submission there.
Yeah, Joe, how about the knockout there? Beautiful technique to land the fight-ending shot. And again, we're a broken record when it comes to this, but sometimes when you catch a fighter cold, maybe before she had a chance to get herself into the fight, that strike can have a bigger effect. It certainly did here tonight.
Let's take a look at that again.
Yeah, we got to watch the replay on that.
Take a look at this from a different angle. Oh, man. KO.
And there she is.
Okay. All right. That's right. We got a little drum roll going on. We got to do our little Irish jig. Yeah. Jenny Murphy. So we didn't even have, I didn't even have to get her down. Just one kick. Okay. Awesome. So yes, my goal with this series is to tell the story of Jimmy and Jenny Murphy, to take them both all the way to the top. I want them both to be champions.
Talk about all the time, not a factor for her here tonight.
Okay. Almost kind of want to just fight her again and see if I can get her down last time. Well, all right. So, I will be coming back another day, but before I sign off, I want to see who we're going to be fighting next. Let's accept the next contract. Take a look. One thing about Jenny Murphy, even though she started training when she was younger, she did not have her first actual fight until she was 18. Her parents would not let her do it until she was about 18. So, and it was a local fight that she won in the first round at the local community center, the Holy Trinity Community Center, and her and her brother learned how to do MMA and box. All right, who will I be fighting? Okay, little Irish versus English there. Okay, fair enough. We'll see how that plays out the next time I fight. Okay, I will accept that. I will accept the fight with Jenny Murphy. I'm telling you, this is kind of fun. All right, we're going to quit career. And I'm going to sign off for this evening. But anyway, come back. I'm going to be telling the tales of Jimmy and Jenny Murphy, the brother and sister combo, who I'm going to take all the way to the top to be champions in UFC. It's going to be very interesting. I've got more little tidbits and backstories about them, but it's kind of an oral story of who these characters are.